When you're waiting on God's timing, it is always about His glory over your comfort. So there may be some times when you're waiting on God and you may feel like you're waiting too long. There may be different trials and tribulations that you have to go through in order to get to what it is that you're waiting on God to do. But you also have to remember that God uses everything, right? He's using everything for your good, right? If you're submitted to God's will for your life, anything that He allows you to go through or encounter is for your good, and He's going to use it for your good. Whether it's a trial or tribulation you have to go through that will give you strength, right? That will help build your character for the place that God is trying to set you up for, right? Because it's already been written, it's already been ordained for you that whatever God has spoken into your life is yours. But sometimes there is some preparation that is required and some character building that is required in order to receive what it is that the Lord has for you. I'm reminded of when Moses was leading the Israelites out of Egypt from slavery into their promised land. And God took them the long way, right? Instead of the shorter distance, because the Lord saw that it was some character development, right? He had to build their trust in Him so that when they reached the promised land, they would be able to steward it well and they would have full trust in His faithfulness. So along this route that God took them on, they encountered the Red Sea. And from a worldly perspective, they looked and saw, how are we going to cross this? We're going to be captured. Pharaoh and all of our enemies are going to catch us and take us back to slavery. But the Lord made a way by opening up the Red Sea so that they could cross and get to the other side. And He ended up killing their enemies behind them so they could not take them back to slavery. Sometimes your situation has to look like it's impossible for God to get the most glory. So just because it does not look right, just because you can't see a way out, doesn't mean that it's too hard for the Lord. And if you're a believer in God, you know that nothing is too hard for Him. So continue to trust God in this place of uncertainty and know that He is working everything together for your good.